This Major League team is going to impact the Toronto Blue Jays trade deadline. We've recently learned from Ross Atkins that the Toronto Blue Jays are looking for controllable starting pitching depth, as well as a bullpen arm, preferably a left-hander because Tim Meza can't do it all himself. And looking around the league, I think that there's one team that fits perfectly for what the Toronto Blue Jays need. And the Blue Jays only make these moves depending on how this team performs. What's up, guys, and welcome back to the channel. In this video, we're going to talk about a pretty bold trade prediction that is solely dependent on whether the San Diego Padres decide to sell or not. The San Diego Padres are full of quality players up and down the roster, which is shocking because they are not doing well in the standings. They are currently 6.5 games back of the wild card and 10 games back of the NL West lead. And while they do have a lot of their current players coming back for next year, they have some that, well, they just simply aren't. And it makes sense for those Padres to sell off those one-year guys, replenish their farm system, and try it again next year. And why not trade with your good pals, the Toronto Blue Jays, who let you take 2 out of 3 this week, right? No, for real, there are some good players on the Padres that are perfect for the Toronto Blue Jays needs. And those players are Seth Lugo and, yes, Josh Hader. Time for a quick shout out to Betway. Betway is the best place to make all of your sports bets on all of your favorite teams. Betway is also in collaboration with iGaming Ontario. Must be 19 years older to participate. And guys, please bet responsibly. Now, back to the content. This video was inspired by Jays Journal, who wrote about this bold prediction for the Toronto Blue Jays. Seth Lugo is putting up a solid year out of the rotation, especially since this is his first starting opportunity since 2020. He's pitching for a 3.78 ERA and a whip of 1.27. And with a player option of $7.5 million next year, there's a realistic option that Seth might just take that option to prove himself once more in a starting role and get one final big payday. And Seth Lugo makes a lot of sense for the Toronto Blue Jays, especially since Ryu and Manoah are coming back and they might be fighting over that 5th spot too. Worst case scenario, you just put Seth Lugo in the bullpen, which he's been used to his entire career. He'd basically just be a new Ross Stripling. And then you have Josh Hader, who is an elite closer, who so happens to be left-handed, and he's having quite the bounce back year. He's got an ERA of 1 on the dot and a whip of 0.972. Hader would immediately be an impact arm in the back of that bullpen and would challenge Jordan Romano's seniority. I mean, when you add the best bullpen arm in the entire game, that will kind of happen. And adding Seth Lugo and Josh Hader to this pitching staff would dissolve any question marks around the Toronto Blue Jays moving forward. But is it likely? Probably not, especially that there are some rumors that the Padres might actually buy this trade deadline. So the Blue Jays, we need to have hope that the Padres are going to have a dramatic fall off, even more so, because Padres, hey, the Blue Jays could really use some of your players. But you guys let me know in the comments down below, what do you think about the Blue Jays trading for the Padres players, especially Josh Hader and Seth Lugo? And please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, guys, go Jays go.